Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Big news today, people. What is going on? Andy Robertson going to Spurs. Have to be honest, disappointed. What a legend. Didn't expect it, no. Really didn't. I mean, a great opportunity for him, but it does leave Liverpool short. No, Kostas. It looks like he could be coming back to Liverpool. Um, I mean, I don't know. What do you think? I just came on. I wanted to do this live because I want to get your opinion on it. I'll be honest with you. Andy Robertson is a legend, but I'm going to say best of luck to him. You know, he deserves that. Um, but yeah, it's disappointing to see him go because he is a legend. Absolutely love him. Um, but it is a great opportunity for him. Look, he's not going to play if he stays, but it does leave Liverpool short. No, Kostas is coming back, but I mean, Simicast is not great. So yeah, what do you think? But definitely sad to see him go. Absolute Liverpool legend. What a player. 8 million from Hull. I mean, people, it's just really sad to see him go. But as I say, wish him the best of luck because it's the World Cup. He's obviously thinking about that. He needs to play football. He's not going to get many opportunities at Liverpool. Um, but Kostas Tsimikas is coming back. Okay. But to be fair to Milos Kerkez is playing well. You know, at the start of the season, I think we were all fairly happy with the left back situation. Kerkez was starting, Andy Robertson was going to be the backup. But now it looks like it's going to be Kostas Tsimikas is going to be the backup. Now remember last summer there was rumours that Andy Robertson was going to go to Atletico Madrid. So I was saying that I would love to see Andy Robertson stay and be the backup to Kerkez. That's what happened. But it looks like Andy Robertson now wants to leave. I mean, he deserves a send off at the end of the season. He really does. Look, he's out of contract. He's going to go in the summer anyway. But can't ask, is it official? No, not yet. But I think it is probably going to happen. Um, you know, it came out with a blue. It really did. I wasn't expecting this at all. I mean, I didn't think Liverpool were going to do much business in January. But I was thinking more so about getting players in rather than letting players go. But yeah, I do wish him all the best. Look, it's sad to see him go. What a legend. What an absolute legend. Um, Vicky asks, what's this about? He's going to Spurs. Andy Robertson. It looks like he's going to Spurs. Bit out of the blue. Um, Sam is in the chat. At least Kostas is coming back. He's been good backup. Yeah, I've no problem with Kostas Tsimikas as a backup at all. FH Volume Traders in the chat. I'm a bit disappointed in him leaving. I still think he has a lot to give. Yeah, I'm a bit shocked to be honest, but I do wish him all the best. An absolute legend. But yeah, I mean Liverpool are going to get Kostas Tsimikas back. Kerkez is really, I mean, the man is starting to show his worth now. What a player! You know, I'd say the last month or so, he's really been. It's really been a good performance from Kerkez. So Andy Robertson wasn't going to play a lot. So if he is going to get an opportunity to play at Spurs, best of luck to him. I hope it really goes well. Liverpool chat is in the chat. Very shocking news when we haven't signed anyone. Yeah, it looks like we're getting Kostas Tsimikas back. Um, but yeah, it was a bit of a shock. No, it really was. But obviously, it suits Andy Robertson probably more than the club. But I'd say as well, fair play to Liverpool for letting him go because it's obviously he wants to play football because of the World Cup. And I will say that he deserves that. You know, he deserves, if he wants to play football more regularly, Liverpool should be able to say, you know what, fair play to you, all the best. Look, it's not ideal, obviously. I think Robertson is probably a better backup than Simicast. But as I say, it is what it is. He leaves as an absolute legend. No, it's not official yet, of course, but I'd imagine it is going to happen. Sam says, I suppose it's football. Players do move on. We miss them, but miss him. Look, he's going to leave in the summer anyway. So it's just that Liverpool are a bit short on defenders. As I say, we're getting Simicast back. The defenders that we have, I mean, who have we got now that are fit? Kanate's father passed away as well. Thoughts with him. Very sad news. We've got Virgil, obviously. We've got Joe Gomez, Kerkez, Frimpong. That's pretty much it. Kat says we're getting a left back in the summer. Yeah, I mean, we have to be. It'll just be a backup to Kirkes, but Robertson is out of contract in the summer, which means that he is going to leave. So, but I read there last week that Robertson was hoping to get another year with Liverpool. So this has really come out of the blue. It really has. Liverpool chat says Kostas is our best corner taker. Well, it's good to have him back because we need a good corner taker. Because let's be honest, people, we don't have one good corner taker at the club. I mean, Mo Salah probably is the best one. Joseph's in the chat. Sad to see Robbo go, but Tsimikas loves the club, which is something we need right now. Yeah, look, I've no problem with Tsimikas coming back at all. As I say, I think Robertson is a better player. I think we'll all agree with that. But if Robertson wants to play, he deserves to be able to go to Spurs. Good opportunity for him. I read today Spurs are offering him a really good package. So, fair play to him. Fair play to him. He's got the World Cup coming up. He wants to play regular football. It's a good opportunity for him. If he plays, if he goes to Spurs, the frustrating thing would be if he goes to Spurs and he's just sitting on the bench there, he might as well have sat on the bench at Liverpool. So obviously he must have been promised, look, you're going to play. So I think it probably suits Andy Robertson a little bit more than Liverpool, but I think he deserves that with the legend that he is. Sam says sad news about Kanate, shows more to life than football. Absolutely, absolutely. Thoughts with him. Really sad news. Yeah, hopefully he's okay. But thoughts with him and his family. Yeah, Sam says at least Tsimikas has experience under his belt. Look, that was the role he had last season. Look, we all said that Liverpool need a new left back. Because Robertson was making a lot of mistakes. Tsimikas wasn't good enough to start, but that was the role last season. He was the backup. So he's gonna be the backup again. He knows his role at the club. And as I say, Kirkes is playing really well. So yeah, we'll just have to see how it goes. But as I say, sad to see Robertson leave. If it happens, I think it will happen. Deadbeats is in the chat. Hello everyone, I'm delighted for him. What a player he was for us, yeah. An absolute legend. The only sad thing really is he doesn't get a proper send-off in the summer. The last game at Anfield where he gets, to say goodbye to the fans. It's a pity that way. But as I say, I wish him all the best. Charlie's in the chat. Robbo was a great player for Liverpool. Time to move on. Come on, Calvin. Well, Calvin is a right back, but I know what you mean. It's time to get new players in, to be fair. And I seen a picture today. The 2019 Champions League final, only now, if Robertson goes, which he probably will, only Alisson and Virgil are left. And Salah. Salah, of course. Big up, mate, at the game tomorrow. Hopefully we win tomorrow. Hopefully. I'll be doing a watch along for that one, people. Sam says I'm in Kostas misspelling. No, it's a tough name. Let's be honest, people. It is tough. Kat says, David, what do you make of the Trent news? The first thing I thought when I read it, this is not true. But I have seen other people online that usually get stuff right have said it is true. I mean, look, I don't think I'm kind of out of order to say we could see this coming. Every one of us knew this was going to happen. He was never going to make it at Trent. He was never going to make it at Trent Alexander-Arnold. He was never going to make it at Real Madrid. Deadbeat says, what Trent news? So basically, the Real Madrid manager has said that Trent should leave. Now, I don't know if it's true. Arbeloa. Now, is Arbeloa now the manager? Is it interim manager? Is he caretaker manager? Because the reason I think that it's not true is, has he, if he's not the manager, can he actually say that to Trent? Derek says, I take Trent back. Derek, going to be honest with you, I would take him back in the morning. I'm not even joking. Liverpool miss him. We really do. But I don't know if it's true, people. I mean, he's got a 6-year contract. He's only, 6-7 months into it. I mean, you have to give a player time. I mean, look, we all knew it was going to happen. But Red Rebellion says Trent made his bed, now he has to sleep in it. Yeah, we all knew it was going to happen. I mean, every one of us said it. There was no way he was going to make it at Real Madrid. No way. But I don't know if it's true because, he's only, 6, 7 months into a brand new country, brand new team, new manager. So I don't know if it's true. But I would definitely take him back. David, what's your starting lineup to be the same as Tuesday's game? Yeah, I said on Tuesday, was it Tuesday or Wednesday, whenever it was, that was Liverpool's strongest starting 11. And I hope that Arne Slot sticks with it. I really do. If he changes it, which he has a tendency to do, I think it would be madness. Stick to what was working. Against Marseille, it was one of the best performances of the season. It was professional. I mean, we created so many chances. We could have scored 5 or 6 goals. But if he puts Gakpo back in, and look, Gakpo came on, played well, but stick to what is working, people. Do not start Gakpo tomorrow. Same team. It's going to be a tough game, but we should be winning. We definitely should be winning. Robbo deserves to be playing, so I can see why he thinks it's time to say goodbye. Absolute legend, will be missed. That's another leader gone. Best left back to ever play for the Reds. Yeah, definitely. I couldn't believe the news. But I would definitely wish him all the best. I really do. I hope it really goes well for him. Except, of course, when he plays Liverpool. But he deserves... That's the only thing. He's not going to get a send-off at Anfield. But I definitely wish him all the best. And look, Liverpool will be alright. We'll get Tsimikas back. He'll be the backup. And, hopefully Kirkes doesn't get injured. But, people are saying about injuries, and I get it. I do get it. But at the end of the day, people, injuries happen. And, I mean, Liverpool, 5 players could get injured tomorrow. You don't know what's going to happen with injuries. Kirkes could play every single game this season, and he might not get injured. He could get injured tomorrow. So, look, injuries happen. You can't go through the season. What about injuries? What about this? It just happens. So we get Kostas back. Andy Robertson gets to go to Spurs. Play a bit of football before the World Cup. And I think it suits, as I said, I think it suits Robertson a little bit more than Liverpool at the moment. But as I say, look, it's not the end of the world. He was going to leave in the summer anyway. So I think it's all good. There's a good point from Brian. Is this keeping Spurs sweet for Mickey van de Ven in the summer? I hope so. I read that today, actually. It's to get good kind of relations between the clubs. But I think this man could be Virgil van Dijk's long-term replacement. I really do. If you get him in the summer, I don't care what he costs, get him in the summer, give him a season beside Virgil van Dijk, and then he is the main centre-half going forward. Kanate is probably going to leave, so we need someone in the summer. But for me, I think Mickey van de Ven, I think he could be Virgil's replacement long term. So I think we need 2 centre-halves. You've got Leone coming back. Hopefully he comes back really strong. But for me, get Van de Ven in. I think this man could be the replacement for Virgil long term. I really do. Brian also says Kostas knows us, slot back in, and is steady, solid. He's not disastrous. No, look, he knows his role at the club now. He's the backup. He's happy with that. You look at Andy Robertson, he wanted to play. Tsimikas, I don't think, is like that. He'll come back to Liverpool. He'll know exactly what he's there for. And we can bring him on to take a corner, which is good. But no, all joking aside, I've no problem with it. I really don't. Andy Robertson was going to leave in the summer. I wish him all the best. What a legend. I mean, remember when we signed him from Hull? People, everybody was laughing at us. Okay, everybody was laughing at us. I remember being in work when the news broke that we're signing this player from Hull, 8 million. And there was a lot of work started laughing. You're signing a left back from Hull. Yeah, that's going to get you places. And even myself, I was thinking, yeah, why are we signing this lad from Hull? Andy Robertson proved everybody wrong. We had the last laugh. What a signing. What an absolute signing. Andrew doesn't agree. This is something out of Dumb and Dumber. It will make us weaker team-wise. No, look, I get the argument. I do. Kostas is going to come back. Look, at the end of the day, Andy Robertson was going to leave anyway. So if Kirkes stays injury-free, I don't see the problem, people. Look, Andy Robertson wanted to play. I think he deserves that. He deserves the club to turn around and say, you know what, go and play football before the World Cup. And we'll see then. But no, honestly, I don't think it's that big of a problem. I really don't. Get Tsimikas back in. Look, as we know, Tsimikas is not good enough to start for Liverpool. But I think Tsimikas even knows that. You know, he'll come in, he knows his role. He'd be happy as the backup. I don't know. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I really don't. Yeah, Ryan says, just a shame we can't give Robbo a proper send-off at Anfield like he deserves. 100%. 100%. Red Rebellion says, Tsimikas is a decent bench option. He knows he is not going to be playing much. His contract ends this season, so will be replaced in the summer. Yeah, honestly, people, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Look, last season we were all saying Andy Robertson, his time is finished. You know, as a starter anyway, we need a new left back. We got a new left back. We got the best left back in the Premier League. He started his Liverpool career slow, but the last month or so he has been excellent. So for me, a backup, not that big of a deal. Get Tsimikas in there, he can do a job. And best of luck to Andy Robertson. Yeah, I said that earlier, Podge, as well. He was going to go to Atletico Madrid. So, you know, this was always on the cards. I was surprised today when the news broke. But yeah, I mean, he wants to play football. He deserves that. Kat says, something tells me Liverpool might spend big again this summer. We need strength and depth in many positions. Kat, this is unbelievable from the club. I mean, look, on paper, Liverpool spent 450 million. You'd imagine that that is the strongest squad in Europe. It's not even close. I mean, we're not that strong of a squad. Everybody's fit, first 11, yeah, very good team. But the bench is terrible. It really is. Now, Isak is coming back. Read today. He's back in individual training. He should be back in team training in about 3 weeks' time. So I'd imagine, what's that, say, the end of February. I'd say middle of March, he could be back. But I mean, you know, we have to go in the summer again and sort out the defenders. We really do. If we can keep hold of the midfield, Alexis McAllister, I have a feeling he could leave in the summer. I really do. And I tell you, if his performances continue the way he's going, if Liverpool could get big money for him, I think it would suit everyone if he moved on. Now, that's only if his performances continue, because he has been terrible. But he's such a brilliant player. If he can get back to the Alexis McAllister that we know, I would want him to stay. But unless he improves, if Liverpool get big money offer for him, it could suit everyone. But the big focus in the summer has to be the defenders. You know, it's amazing to say it when you think about the money that Liverpool spent, but we're such a weak squad. You know, the bench the other night, I mean, it was shocking. It really was. Sam says, do you believe the team is starting to click together now? It's just our game management. Yeah, I mean, look, they are looking better. Look, we're 13 games unbeaten. It's probably the most underwhelming unbeaten run ever. I mean, I think that's a good word for it. Underwhelming. Because, you know, there's so many draws in there, so many teams that we should be beaten, we drop points against, but we're going in the right direction. The style is still not great, but you can start to see Florian Wirtz is starting to play well. Kirkes is starting to play well. Frimpong has been unbelievable the last month. So they're starting to click. You know, all the new players that came in, they found it difficult. But you can see they're starting to play well now. So I have high hopes for the second half of the season. I really do. Look, I'm not saying it's going to be exciting as far as the football, but I think results-wise, I think this Liverpool team is capable of something, people. I really do. I really do. I think you look at the teams in Europe, they are absolutely shocking. They are terrible. I mean, Arsenal are favourites for everything. To me, they're a good side. They're not world class. Over 2 legs in the Champions League, I think Liverpool could beat them. I really do. I have high hopes. Now, maybe I'm delusional. Maybe I should be on AFTV. I don't know, but I have high hopes for the second half of the season. Cat says he. Cat says I'd sell Maka to buy Wharton. Yeah, I think a lot of people would agree with that, but it's all about performance. If McAllister starts to play like the McAllister that we know, you'd want to keep him. Tommy asks, has he actually gone? It's not official, but I think it is going to happen. I think it's just a matter of the Fabrizio with the here we go. I genuinely believe we can win the Champions League, but I think we need to make a signing or two this window. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, my friend. That is not going to happen. I think it's going to be Kostas Tsimikas, get him back. Robertson will go, and that'll be it. So we've only got, what, a week left in January? Yeah, today's the 23rd. Brian says, Dave, can you please back me up about Chiesa? Liverpool fans constantly moaning about him not starting, saying he's been treated terribly. But am I the only one who can see he's not good enough? He is not good enough to start, 100%. I think he's best suited off the bench. He's proven that. He's gotten opportunities this season. Yeah, for me, very underwhelming. Like, he's got chances against Wolves. He was terrible. He's one of the worst players on the pitch. Now, look, it is difficult for him because he's not getting any kind of consistency with starting. I get it. But, it is difficult for him because he starts a game and then he's on the bench for the next maybe 10 games. But yeah, for me, he's not good enough to start. He's not. I think he's more suited off the bench. He comes on with high energy when the opposition is tired. But I think Arne Slot, he got a lot of criticism for the Chiesa situation. He didn't deserve it looking back. He's not good enough. He's just not good enough, people. And if Liverpool in the summer decide, you know what, Chiesa, you head on there, we'll get a replacement, I'd take it. I really would. Look, I love the way, the effort he gives. I love the way he loves the club and the way he speaks about the club and all of that. But the fact is, for me, he's just not good enough. He's not. Some questionable decisions being made at Liverpool. Look, the biggest one is that we needed players in January, and they didn't. We needed a centre half. They didn't go. Didn't even try to get Mark Ahey. That's the biggest one, but, it's disappointing. But I still think that this team is capable of something in the second half of the season. I really do. Yeah, Red Rebellion agrees. Chiesa is not made for the league. Look, every chance he's gotten, and he hasn't got many. He hasn't got many chances, but when he has got a chance, he hasn't impressed. He really hasn't. I thought he was so poor against Wolves, and I think he came off in like the 60th minute or something. So Arne Slot for me has been proven right about that. And people going crazy, people overreacting about Chiesa. And look, I was saying, you may start Chiesa. Why aren't you starting him? Because if you look at Gakpo, and Salah wasn't playing well, and when Chiesa came off the bench, he was actually playing well. He was scoring, he was getting an assist, all of this. So every one of us was saying, right, just start him. Start him, give him a chance. And then when he does get his chance, you can see why he wasn't starting. So Arne Slot obviously can see it every day in training. He's not good enough. Brian says, David, you're a man that admits when you make a bad call. Do you now admit Frimpong and Wirtz are excellent and will be fabulous signings? Brian, to me, Wirtz and Frimpong, two of the worst players at Liverpool. Joking, of course, I was wrong. I was 100% wrong. 100% wrong. Two excellent signings. Two excellent signings, honestly. Frimpong has really impressed me. I said, more so about Frimpong, I was really doubtful about Frimpong. I said, there's no way this man can make it at Liverpool. He's all hype. No, what a player. What a player. And as for Florian Wirtz, he will just get better and better. So yeah, I'm happy to admit I was wrong on this one. I think they're going to be two of the best players in the Premier League as the season goes on. So impressed with Frimpong. Sam says we could do with a win tomorrow and hope Arsenal beat Man United. Yeah, absolutely. Look, we just have to make sure we win. We just have to get 3 points tomorrow. You know, you look at the table, current situation. Man United now are flying high. They're on a 1-game unbeaten run, people. That means a lot to them. You know, I hate looking over the shoulder at Man United. I really do. They drive me up the wall. They're back. They're winning everything. But it's such a difficult fixture for them. If Liverpool can get 3 points, put pressure on them. Say to them, look, if you don't go to the Emirates and get something, we're going off into the sunset, people. We're going to be 4 points ahead of you. But you know what Liverpool are like this season? Are Arsenal going to be the worst league champions ever in the Premier League? Look, I think it's harsh. I mean, look, the league is terrible. I've said it so many times. It is one of the worst Premier Leagues in history. But, I mean, I'd love Liverpool to win this league. You know, it's not a criticism on Arsenal. You can only beat what's in front of you. But if Liverpool were anywhere decent, if Man City could get their act together, I think they'd finish above Arsenal. But at the end of the day, if Arsenal win it, they deserve to win it. And I would be the first one to congratulate them, I have to say. As much as it would pain me. But it is what it is. Podge says, wait, you see United will beat Arsenal. I have to be honest, I have that same feeling. I really do. I mean, they're on an unbeaten 1-game run. It's their best run for, it's definitely 5 or 6 years. I mean, they're back. They're back. Can you imagine the nonsense that we will have to listen to, especially from one Gary Neville? If Man United, in the space of, 8 days, beats Man City and goes to the Emirates and beats Arsenal. A team that's sitting top of the table and a team that's sitting second in the table, and they both lose to Man United in just over a week. It would be unbearable, people. It really would. Sam says, Dave, chill, Man United only behind us because we have not been at. Yeah, but that's my point. That's my point. It just drives me mad. We need to start getting going now. Kevin says, love your humour. Thanks very much for that, Kev. Sam says, Arsenal ain't trying now. They know they got a gap. Yeah, they can afford to drop points. The worst thing ever would be Man City losing tomorrow, or even dropping points to Wolves. Because then Arsenal, they'll sleepwalk. And that's the most frustrating thing. Look, as I said before, if Arsenal win the league, they deserve to win it. Fair play to them. But if Liverpool could just have got their act together, we definitely would have beaten this Arsenal team to the league. I am convinced. Sam says he can't see Man United beating Arsenal. On paper. But you know what Arteta's like, people? I mean, they basically had a chance against us to win the league at home against a team that was struggling. And he parked the bus in the second half. Go and win the game. Not just win the game, go and win the league. So, I mean, Man United will want to play counter-attack on Sunday. And amazingly, Arsenal might actually park the bus. So this could be one of the worst games you'll ever see in your life. I just don't get it with Arteta. Go and win the league. It's there for you. Go and win it. But no. We'll park the bus, lads. Vickies are struggling at the moment. Bodo Glimt, I mean, they are probably worse than Wolves. And Wolves are starting to play well at the moment. They're on a bit of a resurgence. You never know. You just have to win that one. I mean, I'll be doing a live watch along tomorrow. The City game is on before the Liverpool one. So I'll be live about maybe 5 o'clock, something like that. If City lose, if City drop points, make sure you're in the chat, my friend. You may explain what happened. But all joking aside, City should win that one comfortably. Mark 80 should start tomorrow, actually. He's useless anyway, people. Useless. Never rated him. Never rated him. Never wanted him at Liverpool. City are welcome to him. He's a liability. He really is not good enough. Red Rebellion. Next season is ours again. Hopefully. You never know. You never know, people. You never know. Who are your transfer targets in the summer? A centre half. I mean, I was asked this, who are your transfer targets in January, and I said Mark A. Obviously, that ship has sailed. So it's 2 centre halves. Van de Ven for me is top of the list now. Adam Morton, Baleba at Brighton, I think is very good. But I think it's all about getting defenders and maybe a holding midfielder for me. We obviously need a left back now as well. It'll just be a cover for Kirkes. But I think if we can get Van de Ven, Adam Morton, another centre half, and a backup for Kirkes, that to me has to be what we're talking about. And a winger, yeah. Absolutely. Actually, here's a better question for you, people. Because we're always talking about what players do you want in. Out of the current squad, which players would you like to see leave? I mean, for me, in the summer, I think Gakpo. I think, as I said before, McAllister. If his performances don't improve, I think we'd still get a lot of money for McAllister. Chiesa. Who else? That's probably it. Like, you're talking 3 players there. You're talking 3 players. Yeah, that's about it. Now, Salah will probably leave. And he's got a year left on his deal, so Liverpool could get some money for him. Kat says Kanate. Gakpo, Kanate, and Chiesa. Yeah. I think it'll be Gakpo, Kanate, Chiesa, Salah. I think Salah will go. I really do. And as I say, if McAllister doesn't start playing well, if Liverpool could get a bid for him, I think he could go. Last summer, he was linked with Real Madrid. Now, we'll have to see what way the World Cup goes for him. But he's so frustrating this season because I really want him to stay. But he needs to start playing well. Because at the moment, he's almost a liability. Red Rebellion says Endo, Salah, Kanate, Ramsey, and Chiesa. I'm surprised with Ramsey now. I mean, he's one for the future, but Arne Slot for some reason won't play him. But yeah, I mean, there is going to be a lot of players leaving when you think about it. Like, there's 5 that Red Rebellion has said. Cody Gakpo's not in that 5. So that to me is another one. 79, Nora says, I don't want Gakpo to leave. It's fair enough. I probably think his time is done. I just don't want him to be guaranteed starter. Yeah, that's fair enough. He actually done well the other night coming off the bench. Some players are suited to coming off the bench, and maybe Gakpo is one of them, because when he starts, he's just so predictable. Chiesa obviously is better off the bench, but I think his time at Liverpool is probably finished. But yeah, I forgot about Endo, so I'd say Endo will go because he's not getting any opportunities. So we're talking Endo. I think Salah will leave. Kanate, he's out of contract. Who else? Did I mention Chiesa? I did. Oh, that's a good one with Cat. I'd take good money for Jones. That's an interesting one. Very interesting. I think a lot of Liverpool fans would agree. I like Curtis Jones. I do. But he's just so slow at times. He really is. Now, he's a really good footballer. But at times he just slows it down way too much. But that's a good shout. That is a good shout. If you got, 50 million? 50 million for Curtis Jones. Is that too much? I mean, he's an experienced Premier League midfielder. Premier League champion. He's played a lot of games. I think you get 50 million for him. I don't know what his contract situation is. Our squad rebuild started last summer. Slot was never going to do it in 2 transfer windows. So this summer will be another busy one with ins and outs. Virgil might go too. People, we've nearly mentioned every single player in the squad. What is going on? I don't think Virgil will go. I think Virgil will stay. But I think now the biggest signing now has to be Van de Ven. I am convinced he is the Virgil van Dijk replacement long term. I don't know what you think about that, but I think he is the one. People, are you worried about Alisson? If Alisson leaves this summer, we are in trouble. I would love to see the club give him another contract and tell him, look, if you want to keep playing till you're 40, stay. Marmadashvili is not the answer, people. He is not the answer. But what do you think? Do you think Alisson goes? Oh, I hope he doesn't. I really do. Goalkeepers are so hard to get. Look how long it took Man United to get a decent goalkeeper. Look how long it took Liverpool to get a decent goalkeeper. Look at Arsenal. Arsenal have a decent goalkeeper now, but they had Ramsdale, useless. Liverpool chat says he loves Marmadashvili. I don't. I really don't. Red Rebellion says he'll be fine. I don't rate him, people. I said it before. I think he's Jordan Pickford with long arms. He makes a decent save or an easy save look difficult. I don't think he's great one-on-one. Alisson is the best in the world at it. Maybe it's unfair to compare him because Alisson is just world class. But I don't know, I think we're in trouble if Alisson leaves. Kat says Kelleher should have been patient for another season or two. It still bothers me. It really does. I mean, I get it with him. He wanted to play. But if you look at Andy Robertson is coming towards the end of his career. He's leaving in the summer anyway. Liverpool were probably not going to offer him another contract. He's a backup, but it's because he's getting old. Kelleher wasn't. Just bide your time. You're going to be a starter at Liverpool Football Club. You're already a legend because you've won the league. You've got such big moments in cup games. Just bide your time. Stay for another couple of years on the bench and you will be the starter. I don't know. I think we're just going to be I think we're going to be chasing our tail when it comes to a goalkeeper if Alisson leaves. I really do. Okay, Hax is in the chat. We got work to do, says Andy not getting a proper send-off will hurt. Yeah, that's a real disappointment. Really sad to see him go, but wish him all the best. We are dancing with fire. Our defensive options are on thin ice. I mean, I'm just surprised that they didn't get a centre half in January. Look, I don't think I said it before. I don't think Kostas Tsimikas coming back and Robertson leaving is that big of a deal. I really don't. It's one backup for another at the moment. But not getting a centre half is the big issue for me. Because Kanate is very injury prone. All the best to him, as I said. Joe Gomez is made of glass. He's a legend. But if Virgil van Dijk gets injured, we are in trouble, people. So I'm surprised they didn't get a centre half in. They didn't even try. Now, I know Mark 80's on 300 grand a week. Liverpool were never going to match that. But why not? Try. Just really frustrating. Okay, Hax is not happy with Robertson leaving. Paul is in the chat. Have a wonderful weekend. A wonderful weekend with Liverpool getting 3 points. Simple as. He mentioned it last season he wanted to stay after the Virgil and Salah contract talks. I'm sad Robert was leaving. I was only reading last week that he was hoping to get another year at Liverpool. So this news came out of blue. It really did. Shocked. Couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. Christina's in the chat. Must have forgotten you were doing a live tonight. I didn't announce I was doing a live tonight, Christine, to be honest. It was just because of the Andy Robertson news. Just said I'd come on and get your opinion. What you think? Was watching the Indoor Bowls World Championships. Love it. Indoor bowls. Which is more exciting, indoor bowls or the way Liverpool play at the moment? Paul says, sorry to see Andy Robertson leaving. He leaves an absolute legend. When will Leone be back? He will be back next season, unfortunately. But Alexander Isak, he's back in individual training. He's going to be in team training in about 3 weeks' time. I predict mid-March, Alexander Isak will be on the bench. Champions League. He'll come off the bench in the Champions League final and he'll score the winner 1-0. Clip that. Save it. It's going to happen. Something seriously wrong and toxic going on behind the scenes if Robbo's leaving. What is going on? Arsenal want altered next. They're buying top quality. What are we doing? Yeah, I don't know, people. I wouldn't read too much into it. He wants to play. It's the World Cup. I mean, he's not going to play this season at Liverpool. Hopefully Kirkes doesn't get injured. But I don't know. I wouldn't read too much into it if I'm being honest. Dodge says small squad, little backup, which leaves it to the gods not to get another defensive injury and have us up shit creek. But look, I mean, injuries are part of football. It just happens. It's just pure luck. I mean, I do agree with you with the squad. It is very small. Looking at the bench in these games, it's just embarrassing at times, really. But look, you can't do anything about injuries. It's part of the game, unfortunately. I am a Scottish lass. He wants to play to get in best shape for the World Cup. Back after 28 years. It's a big deal for us. Yeah. Yeah, I wish him all the best. I hope it's a good opportunity for him. It's definitely to do with the World Cup. It's definitely to do with the World Cup. He cannot go into the World Cup not fully fit, not match fit. You know, he has to get games under his belt. So I think it's a very good move for Andy Robertson if he plays. And I guarantee you he's going to play. Because why would you go and sit on the bench at Spurs? Just stay at Liverpool. So he's definitely going to play. And I think it definitely suits Andy Robertson, probably a little bit more than Liverpool. But fair play to him. I wish him all the best. An absolute legend. One of the best players Liverpool have ever had. I mean, when him and Trent Alexander-Arnold were having competitions about who was going to get the most assists, that was a great time, people. That was a great time. I mean, it was really 2019, 2020 when that happened. I mean, what a player. Defensively solid, but going forward. Very underrated going forward because Trent on the other side would always get the credit. But a solid player. Do you remember the goal he scored? Remember the goal he scored against, was it Salzburg? Where Trent assisted him. I mean, he ran kind of into the middle, done a couple of 1-2s. I think it was Jordan Henderson. Ball ended up at Trent. Crossover the box and Robbo side-footed it in. One of the greatest goals you'll ever see in your life. What a player he was. Seeing him get in Messi's face against Barca, a legend. I mean, Lionel Messi is my favourite player. He's the greatest of all time. Andy Robertson showed his class after that when he said he regretted it. because it's Messi. But he got caught up in the moment. But at that time, it was exactly what we needed, and he knew that. He got caught up in the emotion of the game. He said he regretted it because it's Lionel Messi. But I mean, he was getting into his head. I thought it was brilliant from him at the time. Why have we signed a player for the under 21s for 1 million? That's a lot of money for a 17, 18-year-old. Maybe we'll see him being the next Joey G. Legend. I mean, Michael Edwards, I read, was over at, was it PSG? Looking at their youth setup. So, I mean, I think their academy and all of that, I think that they have plans to really invest in the academy. So, this could be the start of it. But what you really want is, you want these players to make the first team. You want them to be good enough. Because if you're making these great players in the academy just to sell them, that's not good. So if you're signing a 17, 18-year-old for 1 million, that has to be to play for the first team. I mean, it can't be just about getting profit. So I'm hoping that they're looking at it and thinking, right, this is the way to go. Get the academy, get the players in, and we can get players that way. But, I don't know. I don't know. OK Hack says, I loved his goal against Villa when we were losing with Mane to score in injury time. People, I'm not joking you, right? If I was doing a live watch along, I mean, you would have had to put it on mute. I was shouting that much when he scored that goal. Because at that time, I would have taken a draw that day because we were losing for what seemed like the whole game. And it looked like we were never going to score. Andy Robertson, back post, Mane with one of the greatest crosses you'll ever see. 1-1. And look at the reaction of Robertson that day. Did he go celebrate? No, he did not. He ran back to the halfway line. We have a title to win. The man was unbelievable. I wish him all the best. I hope it goes really well for him at Spurs. That was the game. I knew we were winning the league. That was the game. I lost my voice. It was worth it. We'll miss the shithousery against Everton with a smirk on his face. Proper man to have in your corner. Yeah. Oh, he was deadly at that. Goal 96 rush is in the chat. Is it confirmed? No, it's not confirmed yet, but I do think it's going to happen. Kostas Tsimikas is basically, he's been told, be on standby. This is probably going to happen, so you pack the bags anyway. What do you think is a fair amount for Robertson? That's a good question. So he's only got, like 6 months left in his deal? I think if Liverpool could get 5 million for him, that's decent, considering his age. 6 months left. That too low? What do you think? I'm not sure about that, actually. Maybe 5 million? "60 assists. Wow. Yeah, see, no one talks about it. Because it was always the other fullback. What was his name again? Plays for Real Madrid. Spanish lad. Although he'll be back. He'll be back in the summer, people. We'll get him back. We'll get him back. Yeah, Anne says 5 to 10 million. Kat says 10 million. I think 10 million would be unbelievable. I really do. Considering he's out of contract in May. And his age. I mean, I'll be honest. I think the Spurs fans would go crazy if you spend 10 million on him. But yeah, I think Liverpool would be laughing if that happened. And then you have to look at it from that point. If Spurs are coming in for him and saying, right, 10 million, I think Liverpool would be mad to turn it down. So it could actually, if that was the case, it could work out for everybody. 15 for Spurs, desperate for defence. Do they really need a left back? Well, I mean, they need everyone. But is a left back really top of their priority list? Because you look at Liverpool, say, they need a centre half badly. But when you look at a team like Spurs, is it really a left back? I mean, going into the January transfer window, were they like saying, if we get a left back, we'll be sorted? Surprising. Oh, Ben Davies got injured. Ray's in the chat. Sad news, but I can understand him wanting more game time. Bonafide Liverpool legend. Oh yeah, I mean he leaves with every single Liverpool fan absolutely loving that man forever. But I'm disappointed. No, he's not going to retire, obviously, in the summer. But I would really love him to see play for Celtic, because he didn't make it at Celtic when he was young. He was released, and he supports Celtic. If he could finish his career at Celtic, I think that would be unbelievable for him. I really do. Okay, Hack says, so we missed out on Gahey and now we're losing Robbo. Not happy. Apparently Gahey's contract is nowhere close to being 300 grand a week either. Meant to be a lot lower. Well, if that's the case, then Liverpool should have tried to sign him. It's madness that they didn't even try. You know, we all assumed 300 grand a week. Liverpool were not going to offer him that. Why, I don't know, but, you know, we know what they're like. But if it was lower, it just makes no sense. It makes no sense. But as I said about him, he's a liability. Mark 8, he's no good. Didn't want him, never wanted him. He's going to score 2 own goals tomorrow against Wolves, and Pep won't play him again. So I think Liverpool, we're okay with that. Am I convincing you? No? Okay, I didn't think so. And says Celtic don't have the money for Robbo. No, but I'm hoping. Actually, did anybody mention what deal he's signing with Spurs? Is it just till the end of the season? Is it like a 2-year deal? Because it is surprising. I couldn't see it being a multiple year deal now. I really couldn't. Is there any breaking news around? I'd imagine it's only a year. Yeah, Fabrizio doesn't say. He just said negotiations well underway with Tottenham. So I don't know. Probably just a year. Carlos is in the chat. Yeah, he's an absolute legend. One of the... I mean, if Kirkes has the Liverpool career that Andy Robertson has had, I mean, happy days. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? Milos Kirkes ends up winning the Champions League, the Premier League twice, FA Cup, League Cup twice. What a player. And very rarely got injured. Very rarely got injured. Yeah, Jurgen Klopp's team. The one that won the Champions League. It's only Alisson, Virgil and Salah left. Of course, it should have been Trent. Gobshitty. That man going to Real Madrid and to tell him to leave. And 3 Champions League finals. Absolutely. Oh, what a Liverpool career he's had. See, this is the point I was making about Trent. It makes no sense to me. You're a Liverpool supporter. Look at the affection that Liverpool fans have for Andy Robertson. Trent would have had that times 100 because he's from Liverpool, Liverpool fan. I don't get this nonsense with Real Madrid. And now, if it's true, I don't know if it's true. Real Madrid have basically told him, it's probably best if you leave. What was it about? What was that all about? Talk about an ego. Carabao Glass game gets a big farewell. I think he'll be gone by then. I can't see if they're in negotiations. He won't play for Liverpool again. Spurs wouldn't want that. Neither would Liverpool if they're going to get money for him. He could get injured, the deal will be gone. Is nobody missing Trent's magic passes? I am anyway. I'd take him back in the morning. I take Trent back in the morning. All is forgiven. Now make sure that you get at least 50 assists a season to make up for the stupidity. Yep, spot on. Mo Salah does miss Trent more than anyone. I mean, they had such a great connection. They really did. I mean, some of the passes, the man, the one against West Ham last season. I still don't know how he did it. But that's the difference. When, like, you seen against Marseille. Marseille be attacking it, a breakdown. 1, 2, 3 passes later, Liverpool have a shot on goal. With Trent, it was almost like one pass later and Liverpool were in. That was the difference with him. You know, our build-up has been terrible this season. Kanate has had the ball at the start of a build-up, when usually it's just give it to Trent, he'll get his head up, hit a long pass, and we were in. It was different. And even if we didn't win it, if the opposition won it, we could then press them. We really do miss him. We really do. Back to reality, get ready for Bournemouth. Right, people, what's your predictions for tomorrow? I think it's going to be a tough game. I really do. I think it's going to be a tough game. Look, on paper, we should be beating this team. We should. What's their... Let me get this up for you. What's their form? Let's have a look at Bournemouth's form. It's not great. Fixtures. They beat Spurs, obviously. They lost to Arsenal, but they gave Arsenal a game now. 2-2 against Chelsea. They lost to Brentford. A draw. 4-4 against United. Fair play to them. Draw against Chelsea. They lost to Everton at home, people. They lost to Sunderland away. What's their home form? 3-1. Yeah, and that's when they had the decent run. So, a lot of draws in there. A lot of draws. I watched them playing Arsenal. Look, Arsenal should have won the game a lot more easier, but Bournemouth kind of got 2 late goals. But I think Liverpool should be winning this game. Christina's going 2-1 to Liverpool. Cat's going 1-0. Carla says Liverpool win. Vic is going 2-1 to Bournemouth, but I can see a draw or a Liverpool win. I mean, you've got all bases covered there, Vic, to be fair. I can see another draw. Red Rebellion says we will beat Bournemouth, but they are going to give us a run for our money, like with every team they play. Yeah, it's going to be a tough game. Like every single game, it's going to be about the first goal. And if Liverpool get the first goal, it could suit us down to the ground. Bournemouth then will have to... They'll be chasing the game. Liverpool then can play counter-attacking football, like they did against Marseille. But Bournemouth are not as bad as Marseille. So Liverpool are going to have to get that first goal. And then the game will open up and it could suit us. Will Salah start? I think he starts. I think he starts. I mean, how did he miss that chance the other night, people? What is going on? I mean, it was actually harder to do what he did. But I think he starts. I hope he doesn't change the team. Frimpong has to start. What a player. I'd keep the same midfield. Even though McAllister's not playing well, I'd keep the same midfield. Because we know how good he can be. If he can just get back to form. And yeah, I'd leave Gakpo on the bench. But I have a feeling that Gakpo will start. Anna's going 2-0 to Liverpool. Bournemouth missing Semenyo. Yeah, look, we're going to see it now as the season goes on. How much they will miss him. Gomez instead of Kanate. Yeah, Kanate won't start. Unfortunately, his father passed away, so thoughts with him and his family. Okay, Hack says Salah will start. He needs a goal. Salah needs a goal. He needs a typical Salah goal. Edge of the box, curl it into the top corner. One of them, get his confidence back. He looks like he's not playing with any confidence. But I mean, you seen the runs he made the other night. He had that chance in the first half, just went over the bar. And then the chance in the second half. I mean, he has to hit the target. But I'd be more worried if he wasn't getting chances. Because before he left for the African nations, he was not getting chances. You know. I remember reading Ian Rush's book years ago. And he said he never worried when he came off the bench off the field after not scoring, as long as he got chances, because he knew the goals would come. He got worried when he wasn't getting chances. So if Salah keeps getting these chances, you'd imagine he's going to start scoring eventually. But you just want him to kind of get back to the way he was last season. Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to happen. But get back to scoring. This game could honestly go either way. I can see 1-0 to Liverpool and 3-2 to Bournemouth. Yeah. Does anybody think we're going to keep a clean sheet now? Be realistic. Do I think they're going to keep a clean sheet tomorrow? I'm going to say no. I predicted 3-1 against Marseille the other night. I was close. I'm going to go 3-1 to Liverpool tomorrow. I'm going to go 3-1. Possibly a late Bournemouth goal to make it 3-2. But I'm going to go 3-1. Maybe I should be on AFTV. I don't know. Maybe I'm being a bit delusional. But I think 3-1. Carlos agrees. 3-1. Vic is going 3-2 if Liverpool don't keep a clean sheet. Okay, Hack says, I still remember when they beat us 4-3, Karius was in goal. No, Karius wasn't in goal for that one. We didn't have a goalkeeper for that one. Yeah, there was no one in goal. Yeah, we were just playing with 10 men that game. I can see how people were confused though. But yeah, we had no goalkeeper for that game. How bad was he, people? How bad was he? Oh, jeez, he was terrible. We were 3-1 up in that game as well. That was a game to bring us back to the top of the table as well. I remember Divock Origi, the legend, with a brilliant goal. Yeah, but as I say, we had no goalkeeper that day, so it's tough to win when you don't have a goalkeeper. It's the same in the Champions League final in 2018. People, let me ask you a question. The bicycle kick from Gareth Bale in the Champions League final should Karius have done better. Watch the replay. The man doesn't even put up his arms for it. I mean, it was it was even worse than Jordan Pickford. It wasn't little arms, it was no arms. He doesn't even try to save it. Maybe I'm being harsh. But anyway. Vic says, sarcasm, right? It's impossible to play without a goalkeeper. No, we didn't have a goalkeeper that day against Bournemouth. I can see how you were confused, though. But no. Do you think he was concussed? I don't know, people. Do you think he was? Will we give him the benefit of the doubt? Okay, we were robbed. He was concussed. I don't know. I mean, how is he still playing in that game if he has concussion? Come on. Karius forgot he was playing in goal that day. I wish I could forget he was playing in goal that day. See, the thing about the concussion thing, right? This is the thing about the concussion thing. Right, if he was concussed, okay. Probably being a bit harsh on him. But why did Liverpool then get rid of him? Because he was concussed, so the goals weren't his fault. He had a concussion. Liverpool got rid of him as soon as they could. I think Jurgen Klopp put it out there just so other teams would be like, oh, we'll take him. He was concussed. I don't know. Now, obviously, look, Alisson. But then you look at Alisson. I mean, Liverpool had to make a couple of bids for Alisson. It's not like he was a free agent. Oh, well, Alisson's available, so we just have to go in there. As soon as they could get a replacement, Karius was gone. But anyway, I mean, that's what, 8 years ago now. Jesus, lads, where's the time going? Yeah, he was sold within 2 months. So I don't really buy the whole concussion thing. I really don't. Probably being a bit harsh. I don't know. Obviously not an expert, but I just think he was a bad goalkeeper. Oh, this is a good question. Who is he playing for currently? I read this the other day. Oh, I can't think. Is it Schalke? No. He has like 15 clean sheets in 30 something games or something, and they're raving him. But he's in the second division. So it's, I don't know what way it is in Germany. So it's, I mean, like it's the championship, you know? So I don't know if they call it like the first division or the second division, but it's the league below. Is it Schalke? Yeah, Schalke. Jeez, Paul is going back years now. Sander Westerveld wasn't much better. I actually liked him. I thought he was okay. Bundesliga 2, that's what they call it, yeah. So that's where he ended up. Look, he just wasn't good enough for Liverpool. He really wasn't. Do you remember the time we beat Man City 4-3? Actually, ironically, it was the game that Andy Robertson became famous, running all over the pitch like a madman. But I remember we were, what, 2-0 up, cruise control. No, 1-0 up. 1-0 up. Sané scored. And you're like, he has to save that. He had to save it. Near post. Semi-final against Roma. Cruise control again. He makes a mistake. He has to save it. So, look, he just wasn't good enough for Liverpool. Yeah, Schalke. I read it during the week. He was after keeping like 14 clean sheets in 30 games or something, and people are raving about him. But look, wish him all the best. Fair play to him. But he just wasn't good enough for Liverpool. Maybe I am a bit harsh on him, but sure, anyway. that's a good question, Vic. That is a good question. Who wins in 2018 if Liverpool had Alisson instead of Karius? Wow. What a question. Well, I mean, look, he was at fault for 2 goals. Liverpool scored a goal. And the first goal, where he threw out the ball to Benzema. Oh, Jesus. Liverpool made it 1-1. Now, I know football is different. You can't really go like Liverpool would have went 1-0 up. But you never know. You never know. But anyway, that was way back, 8 years ago. Look, we won the Champions League the year after. Will Marmadashvili be a good future number 1? Nope, not for me anyway. Few people in the chat disagree with me, but not for me. As I keep saying, I think he's Jordan Pickford with long arms. Paul says Dirty Ramos injured Salah that game as well. Scumbag. Ramos is. People, I never rated him as a defender. The man scored so many goals, so many important goals, and people think he's a good defender. This is the Harry Maguire situation. I always thought he was overrated as a defender. I really did. Now you look at the trophies he's won, unbelievable. You look at the goals he scored, unbelievable. I always thought he was overrated. But he knew exactly what he was doing that night. Knew exactly what he was doing. Salah was on fire that season. Carla says Dudek was fantastic. He really was. A legend. A legend. Look, he had a mistake in him. I remember the 2 mistakes he made against Man United. Ryan Giggs scored. But an absolute legend. That look from Ronaldo to Salah. Yeah, I remember that before the game. Ronaldo went missing in that game. Andy Robertson had him in his pocket, boy. That's why it always annoys me when people talk about Ronaldo as the greatest of all time. Greatest goal scorer of all time, no problem with that at all, people. No problem with that. But to say he's the greatest footballer of all time, it's not even close, people. He's not on Messi's level. He never was. He never was. What's the like situation, people? Let's get the likes up, everybody. Bit of a unexpected live stream this evening, of course, because of Andy Robertson. The legend. Heading off to Spurs. He's too good for Spurs. But anyway, he's a legend. Yeah, Carlos agrees about Messi. The greatest of all time. The GOAT. I mean, Messi is probably hoping that Ireland don't get to the World Cup. Because if Ireland get to the World Cup, Messi is not winning back-to-back World Cups. No way. Ireland have it in the bag, but we have to get there first. Are we going to replace Robertson? Kostas Tsimikas is on his way back. Christine agrees about Messi. Far superior. Absolutely. Greatest of all time. Oh. Imagine Robbo does go and we meet Spurs in the Champions League. Well, unfortunately for him, we'll be breaking his heart. Because Liverpool will beat Spurs. over 2 legs. Not a hope of Spurs beating Liverpool. Eliza John says Maradona was the greatest, him and Pele. I've no problem with that at all. No problem with that at all. It's just anybody who says Ronaldo is the greatest. I'm sorry. Football is not for you people. Messi is, in my opinion, the greatest. But as Eliza John says, if Maradona, you think Maradona's the greatest, that's fine. No problem at all. Pele, no problem. But Ronaldo, come on now, people. Let's be serious here. Yep, Robbie agrees. That low centre of gravity. See, the thing about Messi is, Messi can get the ball at the halfway line, dribble around 4 or 5 players, round the keeper and score. Ronaldo's not capable of doing that. He's not. No, he's an unbelievable goal scorer. Unbelievable goal scorer. Right? Probably the greatest in history. But he's not the greatest to ever play football. He's not. Yeah. 79, Nora agrees. Messi could play anywhere on the pitch and be the best player. Ronaldo can't. He can't do it. We've seen Messi loads of times drop into midfield, control games. Ronaldo's not capable of it. But like I say, Ronaldo can go down as the greatest goal scorer of all time. But you cannot seriously say he's a better football player than Lionel Messi. It's just not true. It's not true, people. Ronaldo wasn't the greatest. The Brazilian Ronaldo at his best was a genius. Absolute genius. Yep. R9 was better than Ronaldo. Yep. Look, as I say, people, as I say, I have no problem with anybody saying that Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest goal scorer we've ever seen in the history of football. No problem at all. But that does not make him the greatest to ever play football. If you don't think it's Messi, go Maradona, go Pele, go Ronaldinho. But Ronaldo is not the greatest to ever play football. He's not. Okay, Hack says it has to be Maradona for me. Back when defenders could kick 7 shades of shy, oh yeah, and get away with it. Maradona was well able for it. He was well able for that. Usually he'd be the one who'd start it. I'm going 3-1 tomorrow. 3-1 to the Reds. Michael is in the chat. Out and about. Yeah, it wasn't a planned live stream. I just said, come on, get your opinion about Andy Robertson. Sad to see him leave Liverpool, but I wish him all the best. Absolute legend. Hope you're right. Am I ever wrong? Come on now. Let's be honest. Michael is going 2-0. Ronaldo can play for Queen's Park Rangers and score a hat-trick. Put Messi in a team that plays out of possession. There is no Messi. Put Messi in Queen's Park Rangers and the man will set up Ronaldo for his hat-trick. Who is going to put it on a plate for Ronaldo? At Queen's Park Rangers? Not happening, my friend. Ronaldo is the greatest goal scorer. Messi is the greatest player. Hand Messi the ball at the halfway line. He will score. He will set up a goal. Ronaldo cannot do that. So when people talk about Ronaldo will score a hat-trick again for this team and that team, yeah, as I say, greatest goal scorer. Put Messi in there, he'll set him up. Ronaldo's not going to be able to set it up. But it's all about opinions at the end of the day, people. But as Peter Crouch says, if you think Ronaldo's better than Messi, I question your football knowledge. What can you do out of possession? What do you mean? I don't get what you mean, out of possession. If you have Messi in your team, there is no out of possession. Give that man the ball. Yeah, Robbie's a good point. Messi in the Champions League final versus United. Ronaldo again didn't turn up that night. Messi in the Champions League in 2011 versus United. I mean, what a performance! That was it. You just give him the ball, and that's it. That's all you have to do as a team. Give that little man the ball. Simple. You know, Ronaldo needs someone to set him up. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm saying he's the greatest goal scorer we've ever seen. But Ronaldo needs good players around him to set him up. Messi doesn't. But anyway, as I say, look, it's just about opinions. In my opinion, I think Messi is the greatest of all time. Some of the performances, people, just crazy, crazy stuff. Benzema enter the chat. Yeah, 79 Nora agrees. Ronaldo with no service isn't the same. Messi doesn't need service. That's the difference. Messi controls the games. Give the ball to Messi and he will do something. He doesn't have to score. It doesn't have to be an assist. That man can control the game. Ronaldo can't do that. Messi needs a certain system to thrive. Xavi and Iniesta, particularly his entire life, who carried the ball and gave it to him. Messi has never played for a team that has an average possession below 60%. No, but this is the point I'm making. When you talk about Iniesta and Xavi, Messi gets the ball at the halfway line. We've seen this number of times. He gets the ball at the halfway line. He dribbles past 4 or 5 players. He rounds the goalkeeper. He scores a goal. That wasn't because Xavi and Iniesta. I'm saying, when you look at Ronaldo, as I say, one of the greatest of all time, probably the greatest goal scorer. But when you look at Ronaldo, he needs the service. Messi is the service. Forget about Iniesta, forget about Xavi. The fact that Messi can get the ball at the halfway line, dribble around 4 or 5 players, round the goalkeeper and score, has nothing to do with the fact that Iniesta and Xavi are on the pitch. Give the ball to Messi and something will happen. It's that simple. When he put Boateng on his arse, that has nothing to do with Xavi and Iniesta. It doesn't. I get what you mean about possession, but Ronaldo did not play in bad teams either. Ronaldo played for a team in England that was dominating. But what it's to me, it's just they're two complete. The mad thing actually is, both of them could actually play in the same team. You know, we keep comparing them, but both of them could actually play in the same team. Can you imagine the amount of goals Ronaldo would get if Messi was the one setting him up? That's the way I feel about it anyway. But anyway, tell you what though, people, all joking aside, all debates aside, who is the next Messi Ronaldo? Who's the next? Who's the next player that kind of, you're like, wow? I mean, Lamal, I mean, very good player. He really is. He's only going to get better. But Mbappe, not for me. Again, very good player. But does Mbappe do things that you're like, wow, how's he done that? Yeah, this is a great point. Just talk about ability. There isn't a thing Messi doesn't have. He's elite everywhere. Ronaldo is elite too, but not in every metric. I think that's fair. I think that's fair. All round player, it's Messi. When you talk about he needs service, this is post his Madrid career. He has changed his philosophy. You can't judge his entire career based on his final days. I'm not. I'm not basing his career on Saudi Arabia. No way. As I keep saying, Ronaldo, unbelievable goal scorer, probably the greatest we'll ever seen. But when we talk about all-round football player, it's Messi, in my opinion. I don't even think it's close. As Jamie Carragher says, it was never a debate. I honestly don't think it's close. I think it's Messi all day long. But Ronaldo is phenomenal. I mean, the man would score in any team. But Messi does things on a football pitch that Ronaldo's just not capable of. Michael says, cool lads on split screen. YouTube must be doing that. I'm not doing that. Yeah, well said, Michael. Thoughts with Kanate and his family. Very difficult. Hopefully he's doing okay. Don't know when he'll be back with Liverpool. Obviously going to miss tomorrow's game. When do we play again? Oh yeah, Carabag. I doubt we'll be back for that. Probably next weekend, maybe. Who do we play next weekend? Newcastle at home. Another tough one. There are still things Messi can't do. Look at Ronaldo's free kick catalogue, his outrageous headers and bicycle kicks. I have never seen Messi do those things. I have seen a young Ronaldo dribble though. I've seen Ronaldo do those or Messi do those things. Messi has probably the greatest free kick ever against Liverpool, Champions League semi-final. Ronaldo, to be fair, has probably the greatest overhead kick against Juventus. Phenomenal. But to say Messi can't do that, I don't agree. When we talk about headers, again, Ronaldo, unbelievable header. Messi scored a header the size of him. He's tiny. He scored a header in the Champions League final against Ronaldo. I just look. I've no problem with Ronaldo is unbelievable, but to me, Messi is just on another level. I don't think we'll ever see the likes of Messi again. Ronaldo versus Arsenal, the free kick, goalkeeper lads, goalkeeper, near post. Who was it? Almunia was it? Has to save it. But look, it's only it's a bit of crack this debate. Look, people, at the end of the day, both of them are going to retire very soon, and there's going to be no one in world football is going to be anywhere near them. Messi the king. Game over. Robbie says, remember Tevez and Mascherano at West Ham. How did that happen? I mean, I thought West Ham were going to win the league there at one stage. Going to dominate Europe. Making these signings. That was crazy. I remember when Man United signed Tevez and we got Mascherano. And I remember thinking, why didn't we get Tevez? Why didn't we? But I think it was pretty obvious back then, of course. Man United were number one. But Mascherano was a great player, but I think he showed his best form at Barcelona. For me, I don't think you need to pull one down to praise another one. On a scale, it's 55-45 to either side. It just depends on opinion and taste. Yeah, look, yeah, it's about opinions. But for me, personally, in my opinion, I don't even think it's close. I think Messi is unbelievable. But yeah, you're right. It's just about opinions at the end of the day. But as I keep saying, after this World Cup, I think the both of them are probably going to retire. Maybe not Ronaldo. I mean, Messi is kind of retired anyway. He's loving life out in America. Ronaldo, the one thing I will say about him, he's an absolute machine. So dedicated. He really is. Really dedicated. I mean, considering his age, what is he now, 40? Like, to be that dedicated after what you've done in your career, I mean, that's unbelievable. It really is. He will go down as the greatest professional we've ever seen. Because to be in the shape he's in, I mean, when I see him, it's like looking in a mirror. I'm 41, he's 40, so there's not much between us. You know, I've got the six-pack as well. I don't know why people are laughing. Okay, but no, to be fair to him, his dedication is just, it's on another level. Life begins at 40. Yeah, 42 this year, people. 42 in August. I've seen Liverpool win everything. Absolutely everything. Started supporting them when we were crap. Roy Evans was the manager. Man United were dominating. But 2001 was really the first. I mean, they won the League Cup in 95. I was still a bit young for that. I mean, I was supporting them, obviously, but 2001 came along. I mean, I was obsessed. I was obsessed with them. And when they beat Birmingham on penalties, I was just so happy because I'd finally seen them win a trophy. And to go on and win a cup treble that year, what a season it was as well. You look not a day over 35, to be fair. Thanks very much. Yeah, 42 this year. But anyway. Remember when Fowler came on the scene? I don't really. I'm still a bit young because, as well, football wasn't like it is now. Like Liverpool now, every single game is on telly. Every single game. Back then it wasn't. So Like growing up, I didn't even have Sky Sports. You know, it was a couple of years. Sky Sports, I think, came out in, was it 92? I don't think I got it until 96. So the only games I ever seen was European games, which Liverpool weren't in, the Champions League, and international games. And the reason that international friendlies, that everyone hates them now, is because back then the only chance you got to see these players that played for the likes of Barcelona, the likes of Bayern Munich, the only chance you'd ever get to see them was at international games. But nowadays, we get to see the Spanish League, we get to see the Italian League, the German League, the French League, we get to see it all. So that is why international friendlies are not what they used to be. Because we get to see these players every single game. Just talking about Messi there. Messi obviously played for Barcelona. So the only chance we would have got to see him was if he was playing a friendly against Ireland for Argentina. Or at the World Cup. You know, that's why international football, especially the qualifiers and the friendlies, they're not as big as they once were. Because football, it's everywhere. It's a TV show now. Every night of the week there is a game on. So, growing up, you know, I didn't get to see a lot of Liverpool until I was about maybe 11 or 12. But then just absolutely obsessed with them. Like I started supporting them about, I think it was 9 or 10. But like I said, they weren't on telly every single week. But 2001, what a season that was. Do you know that Nathan Connor guy on YouTube that supports Liverpool? No, I've never heard of him, to be fair. Robbie says, teletext and match of the day in my house. Yeah, that's what it was back in the day. People don't realise. That's why as well, Soccer Saturday was huge. When I was a teenager, Soccer Saturday, you had to watch it. Remember when George Best was on it? Rodney Marsh. Who was the other one? Used to play for Arsenal. Frank McClintock. Am I right? Was Phil Thompson on it from the start? It was George Best, Rodney Marsh. Oh, was it Clive Allen was on it? Frank McClintock was on it. But was Phil Thompson on it as well? Anybody remember that? Like I'm going way back to the start of Soccer Saturday. I think it was Phil Thompson. I can't remember. I cannot remember. Was it Charlie Nicholas? Charlie was part of the other one though. He was part of Matt Letizia, Paul Merson, Phil Thompson. But I'm talking about you know, day one of Soccer Saturday. Saint and Greavesy, yeah, I never got that. We didn't get that in Ireland. Or at least I didn't get it anyway. Maybe we did. I don't know. I didn't get it anyway. The reception was bad, yeah. Yeah, maybe we did. I don't know. I didn't get it anyway. I don't remember watching that. I've seen all clips of it. Eliza John got it. Yeah, I didn't get them in 1985. I didn't get them. I only had RTE. See, that's leash, you see. That's what happens when you live in the back arse of nowhere. No, I didn't get them at all. Chris Kamara was on it, yeah. Was he in the studio, though? There was another one in the studio. I cannot remember who it was. Nearly sure it was Clive Allen. Anyway. Alan McAnally. Was it Alan McAnally? Was it? Anyway. Anyway, people. That was back in the day. I can't believe I didn't get Saint and Greavesy. What's going on here now? Teletext. I was watching it on teletext. Yeah, see, Eliza John, you were living, yeah. 92, you got the dish. We didn't get the dish. We didn't get the dish till after that. And then you get the dish and you'd have to order the channels over the phone. Yeah, I'll be doing a live tomorrow, Christine, yeah. Hopefully it's 3 pints. Get the Sky card in the post. Yeah. Facts. Facts, my friend. Yeah. Jeez, we're going way back now, people. Teletext, the original internet. It's the only way you got the scores. Only way you got the transfer news as well in the summer. Then Sky Sports News came along and ruined it all, people. They ruined it all. They ruined it all. It's only $4.99 a month. That wasn't that, was it? Tony Cotty. Yes, Tony Cotty was on it back in the day. You're right. Don't think he was on the original lineup though, was he? We're going down memory lane, people. Memory lane. Make sure you hit the like button, everybody. What time is it? Jeez, it's 11:15, people. What's the best national park in Ireland? Crow Park. Laois have played there a few times. Oh, it's probably Phoenix Park or something. Roll Forever is joining late. What's the word? Well, as you probably know, Andy Robertson is leaving. Well, it looks like he's leaving. It's not official, but we're guessing he's leaving. And Kostas Tsimikas to the rescue. Right, people, before we go, I'm going to head off fairly soon. Quick question for you. Who do you think is the greatest Premier League player of all time? Seen a clip today. A Man United fan made a very compelling argument about Wayne Rooney. And when he started, I was like, oh, I'm going to have to sit through this. I'll tell you one thing, people. I came away thinking he made a very good argument for Wayne Rooney to be the greatest of all time. Over Henry. Because Wayne Rooney was unbelievable. Who's the greatest Premier League player of all time? Everybody says Thierry Henry. Mo Salah's up there. Elijah John is going Henry. I mean, the likes of Kevin De Bruyne is not in it. No way is he. Bergkamp is up there, but he probably wouldn't get it. Gianfranco Zola, he's definitely involved. Stevie G, the legend. Phil asked, do you think Heitinga has anything to do with the Robertson deal? He actually could. That's a good shout. It's a good shout. You never know. I mean, Henry probably gets it. Everybody kind of... okay, Hacks is not Rooney, no chance. I tell you, I was the same. I was the very same. But I seen that clip today, and I was like, I tell you one thing, he makes a compelling argument. I mean, he scored more goals. He's more assists. More trophies. Wayne Rooney was unbelievable when he came on the scene. He really was. He really was. But I have no problem with anyone saying Henry. Henry was unbelievable. Remember the time he put Carragher? I mean, he embarrassed him. Robbie's going Suarez in 13-14, Henry in 03-04, and Ronaldo in 07-08. Paul Scholes. Yeah, he was a great player. He really was. Oh, that's a good question. It's kind of Mount Rushmore. Right, people, you're four greatest Premier League players. Because it's kind of tough to say who's the greatest of all time. Give me your four. Let's go Mount Rushmore here. Right, I'm going to go Henry. See, well, are we going... Stevie G is definitely on it. Are we going trophies? Are we going longevity? Because if we're not going longevity, Suarez for me is on it. Salah has to be up there. Okay, I'm throwing out names here. This isn't the final four, and as I say, Bergkamp has to be on it. Rooney. See, everybody put Kevin De Bruyne on it. I wouldn't put him anywhere near it. I wouldn't put him anywhere near it. Right, if we're going four, Henry, Stevie G, Wayne Rooney. One more. Can you put Suarez up there? Could you put Suarez up there? Robbie's going Ricky Lambert. I mean, that goes without saying. I mean, if Mount Rushmore had 5 heads, Ricky Lambert is one of them. Can you put Suarez up for basically one season? I don't think you can. Can you put Ronaldo up there? How long was Ronaldo in the league? When did he join? Was it 2002? 2001? And he left in what, 2009? So he was there for about 6-7 years? Oh, that's a good show from Andrew. Which call do you mean now? Cantona goes... Okay, Hacks goes Cantona. That's a good show. Yeah, see, this is the problem. Andy Cole. Jimmy Bullard. Yes. Anfield Irishman says, fun fact, Kevin De Bruyne never won a Player of the Month award, nor did Yaya Toure or Drogba. Wow. Yeah, Bergkamp. My favourite non-Liverpool player. I'm going to put Dennis Bergkamp up there. I think he's very underrated. Anybody who never saw him play, don't get it. It's all about stats. Right, so what was it? Henry, Stevie G, Wayne Rooney, Dennis Bergkamp. I don't know, I have to put Ronaldo up there though, people. I have to. He won the Ballon d'Or when he was here. Yeah, Irishman, yeah. Premier League, Mount Rushmore. 4 greatest to ever play in the Premier League. I have to put Ronaldo. Right, I'll go again. Right, who's coming out? I'm going to have to take Bergkamp out. It's tough, innit? It really is tough now. Would you put Salah in there? Bobby Firmino's ahead of Bergkamp. Bobby Firmino was a genius, but Bergkamp for me was just special. Right, let me try this again. Henry, Wayne Rooney, Stevie G, and Ronaldo. That's not bad, no. That's not bad. Firmino was special. Why did I picture Vince McMahon there? Roll Forever 8 is going Christian Benteke. Yeah, of course. Balotelli has to be on it. Right, people, come on, hit me with your 4. Who are you going with? Roll Forever 88. We'll get to that in a minute. We're just going to go with the... we'll go with the Mount Rushmore Premier League players. Right, that's my 4. Henry, Rooney, Stevie G, and Ronaldo. Yeah. Does Stevie G get in? Does Stevie G? Yeah, he has to get in. The man carried Liverpool for 15 years. Michael Owen won the Ballon d'Or. He did win the Ballon d'Or. He did indeed win the Ballon d'Or. No, he's not going in. The Governors, El Hadj Diouf. I mean, again, goes without saying. Right, El Hadj Diouf, Christian Benteke, Mario Balotelli, and Jimmy Bullard. $79 Nora's going. Stevie, Rooney, Henry, and Suarez. Suarez, does he get... Oh, Vieira, lads. No, Vieira doesn't get in. Vieira doesn't get in. I put Roy Keane ahead of Patrick Vieira. I put Roy Keane... Oh, he's just going ability. Right, fair enough. But I'd go Roy Keane ahead of Vieira. Tino Asprilla. Jesus. Anfield Irishman is going Henry, Roy Keane, Shearer, and Gerrard. Henry, Roy Keane, Alan Shearer, top goal scorer in the Premier League, and he scored in the old First Division as well, which people don't talk about. And Stevie G. Yeah, Roll Forever agrees. Roy Keane over Patrick Vieira. Yeah, just my opinion. Roy Keane was so underrated. You know, had this reputation of just being this hard man. But no, he was a proper player. He really was. And he dragged Ireland to the 2002 World Cup. And then he got kicked out. But anyway. Aguero's very close. Mo Salah is a good shout. Yeah, see, Salah would get on with the... Although Salah's a class player. He has the stats. People love the stats. But he is class. It's tough, people. It is tough. Giggsy. Give it Giggsy till the end of the season. No, Giggs doesn't get on it for me. Right, people, I'm going to head off. But before we do, right, give me your 4 best Liverpool players of all time. Before we go. I'm going to head off at 11. So we've got about 5 minutes. Right, 4 best. But in your lifetime. Because I'm not going to be sitting here picking Graham Souness, Kenny Dalglish. I never seen them play. Now, Kenny would get on. But go in your lifetime. Okay? That'd make it better. So I am going to go with Stevie G. Stevie G gets on. Mo Salah. Mo Salah definitely on the list. Stevie G, Mo Salah. Big Virgil, our centre half. He's definitely there. And I'm going to go with, because he's been so important, I'm going to go with the goalkeeper. The holy goalie, Mr. Alisson. Andrew with the exact same list. This is a good one from Robbie. Suarez, Salah, Stevie, and Robbie Fowler. What a player. Virgil van Dijk, Gerrard, Suarez, and Salah. Stevie, Dalglish, Hansen, and Suarez. I mean, I've seen clips of Alan Hansen. I mean, honestly, people, if he was playing now, it wouldn't even be a debate. That man would be the greatest of all time to ever play in the Premier League. What a player he was. The way he used to carry the ball out from the back. But as I say, I'd never seen him play live. So he's not in my list. Just who you've seen. John is going King Kenny, John Barnes, Ian Rush, and Suarez. Wow. What a list that is. That's unbelievable. 79 Nora has a good one. Stevie G, Bobby Firmino, Suarez, and Coutinho. Wow. See, Robbie, Torres. We're forgetting about Torres. Yeah, Andrew says Liverpool never signed Alisson, no title or Champions League. So Alisson is definitely in my list. Christine can't pick. It's tough. It really is. OK Hacks is going Fowler, Stevie G, Salah, and Rush. Anfield Irishman going Hansen, Barnes, Suarez, Alonso. I forgot about Alonso. You'd forget about these players, wouldn't you? Jeez, we've had some unbelievable players play for Liverpool. Hesh Ventura's going Stevie G number 1, Suarez number 2, Salah 3, and Mane number 4. Have to pick Mane. I forgot about Mane. Divock Origi has to be on a list somewhere. Yeah, I'm going favourites that you've actually watched. Because obviously, look, if I was picking the 4 greatest Liverpool players, Kenny Dalglish is on the list, obviously. But I never seen him play. So it's just who I've seen play. I think that's probably the best way to do it. I mean, Jimmy Traore has to be on the list. Jimmy Traore, Mario Balotelli, Ricky Lambert, and Aquilani. Mount Rushmore, people. Beats anyone. Christine is going Kenny Dalglish, Stevie G, Mane, and Suarez. Unbelievable. Yeah. OK Hack says Mane was a good call. Oh, Mane was class. He really was, people. He really was. I mean, we could do a Mount Rushmore of just Liverpool strikers. Or Liverpool goal scorers. Kabak has to be on it. Kabak. Prime Sturridge was mad. Yeah. Great player. Anfield Irishman is going, his personal Rushmore is Bergkamp, Letizia. What a player. Suarez and Berbatov. Wow. Berbatov was, I mean, the man was a ballet dancer. He really was. Robbie's going Peter Beardsley was a great player. John is going Julian Dix. Yeah. I tell you, it's tough, people. It really is. Liverpool have had so many unbelievable players. I think we can all agree Stevie G's on the list. Stevie G's definitely on the list. No, we're talking. John has his Mount Rushmore of Julian Dix, Reza Ruddock, Konchesky, and Aquilani. The Aquaman. Oh, it's really tough now. Absolute legends. Great players. I mean, we're so close to getting Torres and Suarez in the same team. But yeah, as I was saying, right, if we're talking all-time legends, Stevie's in it, Kenny Dalglish is in it, Mo Salah's in it. So you'd say Alan Hansen is in it, but then Virgil is in it. Yeah, Jesus, people, it is tough. Okay, Hacks is going Jay Spearing. Isn't he still at the club? Stevie, Kenny, Mo, and Barnes. Imagine John Barnes playing in the Premier League now. Fowler before Mo, Steve says. Liverpool chat says Ray Clements. People, we have had some players, honestly. Imagine a front three of Sturridge, Torres, and Suarez. Wow. Sturridge is underrated, isn't he? Alonso, Mascherano, and Gerrard was a Rushmore midfield. I mean, it's unbelievable that we didn't win more. We didn't win anything, did we? Mascherano never won a trophy at Liverpool, did he? No, he did not. That's amazing when you think about it. I think he had his best years at Barcelona anyway. Fowler, Owen, Suarez, and Torres. I mean, Michael Owen was unbelievable. Ballon d'Or winner. Even though people didn't even know what it was back then, but still. And then he broke my heart, like Fredo of Godfather Part 2. Most underrated was Gini Wijnaldum. 100%. What a player. Right, people, I'm going to head off. Thanks very much for joining us. That was a bit of crack. I mean, Andy Robertson. Look, he's probably going to leave, unfortunately. But it's so difficult to pick your four best players. What a club. Legends. I'll be back tomorrow, people. I'll be back tomorrow around... The game is on at 5:30. Maybe around 5:15. Maybe a bit earlier. Hopefully you can join me for that. And hopefully it's 3 points for Liverpool. So yeah, I'm going to head off, people. Hopefully I'll chat to you all tomorrow. And thanks very much for watching.